couple times because I'm so long-winded and I want to make sure that I'm getting to the point. I know I personally hate watching YouTube videos where the person is just talking on and on and on about something that doesn't even matter and I don't get the information I need. So I'm going to make this one a whole lot shorter and cut to the chase. We're talking about making tech packs. If you are starting a clothing brand and you need to have your things made, if you're sending off your things to be made by a manufacturer, you're going to need a tech pack. A tech pack is basically a document that outlines a very specific, it doesn't outline it, it's a very specific document that shows everything that needs to go into making your garment, right? Now, for the sake of the example, I went ahead and did a mock-up for a shirt for my brand, Oasis. It just says work hard, play hard on the back. It's very bright. It's got the cute little hem tag at the bottom. And I'm just showing you basically the tech pack. Now, this particular tech pack is probably a little bit more advanced, not that advanced, but what I did is I basically turned it into a PDF just to make my life easier. And so you see these fields here. When I fill them out here on this first page, they automatically transfer to all the other pages just to make my life easier. But you can make this really easy. You can use Canva. You can use Adobe Illustrator. Those are my go-to programs for doing stuff like this. You can also use like Figma, basically anything that allows you to work with like basic elements, vector elements. You can use anything. But I made this in Canva. I exported it as a PDF. And then I imported it into Adobe Acrobat and turned it into a fillable form. Adobe will automatically add some of the fields for you, but you'll have to go and manually do some. Like I made this particular one so where you could fill it in, and then you could also click here. Like when you click it, it allows you to pick the image that you want to enter into the box there, right? So that's just something that is custom that I personally added on there. It will not automatically do that, but I think it makes it cool, makes it a lot simpler. So you go ahead and you put together your vector mockup template in another app. I personally like to use Adobe Illustrator. You can use Procreate, whatever you have. Make sure you put all the elements and information into the picture, and then you can go ahead and upload it directly onto your PDF document. And then you can go ahead and print it out or send it directly to the manufacturer, completely filled. Makes your life a lot easier. Now this is the first page, just a sketch of the front and the back. Everything is filled out at the top. Well, I just filled out a little bit because it's an example. This is just a detailed, full example of what it would look like when complete, right? Or what it should look like. Now here, this is the materials. If you have any kind of special materials that are being used here, you can put it here. You can put like swatches as far as like colors and things like that are concerned. You can put the material here. You just click it, add the image, and then you can just write at the bottom whatever it is, right? Now, let's keep going. Like I said, I already pre-filled this stuff. Callouts. Callouts is where you would put like important specific information about the garment that needs to be focused on, things that you don't want to be overseen or that might not be obvious from just looking at that initial sketch, right? So for me personally, like if I want this to be like the different ways that I would want this to be made, I might want the Oasis to be puff print. When you do this, I didn't do this. You can just like put like a red arrow and then put an A next to it, pointing to the logo, right? And then you would put the information that is required in the corresponding letter. So for A, you put puff print material for Oasis logo, right? And you make sure it's pointing here. Then, if you want this part screen printed, you might want to put an arrow here and put B, not might, you do want to put an arrow here and put B and then type in screen printing, two-tone, whatever, pink and black for that second part of the graphic, right? Cool. You could also I would also call out like the hem tag here, like any specifications that you have for that, but yeah. But we're also going to put that on another page. So we also have the call outs for the back. If there's a back part of your design that requires call outs. Now here, this is where you put the labels at. I already pre-made these. Like this would just be like a standard inside neck label. What the heck? And I just went ahead and put the information here. You just type in whatever it is. There's a standard inside neck tag. I have the dotted line here just to show that it's supposed to fold. Normally, I would also put this arrow here just to tell them that's a fold line so they know. And then also include another image just like this one, showing what it's supposed to look like folded. But I put hem tag, dotted line for fold. Like I said, it's just an example. You want to be as detailed as possible when you're actually doing your real tech pack, right? All right, now this last one here, this is just the size tag that goes next to the standard neck tag, right? I just put neck size tag, and I'm just letting them know that, you know, how it's supposed to look, and it's a folded line. Now, you see how blurry and how terrible quality these images are. These are just like terrible quality PNGs that I decided to put in here. You can make them better quality, but you need to include notes at the bottom, just letting them know that you've included attachments with the tech pack for all logos and images and artwork, etc. Because otherwise, I think most places are going to require you to send a vector image, but otherwise they might try to use these really yucky images to replicate your design for you, and then the quality is just like off. You just want to make sure they know that the actual files they need to use are also included separately from this document, right? Cool. So this part, I have like 2 of these pages. This is custom, page 6 and page 7. This is just a place where if you have anything special that's going on with the garment, like outside of anything that you've already said, any kind of like custom pieces that need to be made that's like, I guess, different from a standard t-shirt, that's not going to go in your measurements, you could put here. You know, like maybe if my hem tag had like rubber lettering on it, I might put that here and just kind of like emphasize that it's rubber lettering and the letter's supposed to be its color. I'm using gold thread or whatever you want to do, and you put all the information here. If there's anything important or that needs to be repeated, you can put that here. I would just continue to put that, you know, all images for any artwork is attached, or also present separately in an email or however you sent them the documents, right? Cool. Also, a very important thing to keep in mind, if you make one for yourself, you need to make sure that there is a page, basically just something that shows how many pages are in a document overall. Because God forbid you send in your tech pack and they pick up 3 of the pages and don't look at the rest, or something gets like, you know, mixed in. Hopefully that wouldn't happen, whatever. Then they'll think that it's only 3 pages because that's what they have. That's what they see. And they figure, oh, we'll just go off of that information, or there'll be incomplete information. They may have to contact you, or you just might get, I don't know, it just causes problems. So you want to make sure that it's clear how many pages are supposed to be included in the tech pack that you sent. So make sure that it says, you know, whatever page of however many. That says 6 of 10. So if they're on page 6 and they see 6 of 10, they know there's supposed to be 4 more pages. If they don't see that, they're like, oh, this is it. Right? Right. Cool. So this is just custom 1, custom 2. Now this is here your measurement specifications. So just so you can see, this is like a diagram, right, that I made for a boxy tee. And you would just go in and using a lettering, you can make your own. This is just one that I made and that I keep on hand to use for our shirts. Like you just see, like you could use shoulder width, right? And you type it in A, shoulder width, and then you go ahead and you put whatever that measurement is supposed to be for a small, medium, large, extra large. And you just go down the list and do that for every measurement. But this is another place you can import a photo. Before you do it, you're going to want to go ahead and make sure that you add all your arrows and your letters for all of those measurements that are required to put that particular garment together. What I would say also is to, when you do this, make sure that you use a plain vector mockup. You don't want to use the stylized one. You can, that is your choice, but I would say not to use the stylized vector mockup unless you want to. I mean, you can also like specify like, you know, the sizing and placement for the logos and the artwork. But outside of that, I would even say make a separate photo, but just to make sure that they get all the measurements right, you want it to be very clear and easy to read and see. So that's why I have gray and black and red. Straightforward, right? All right. That's basically it. If you want to do, you can make it yourself. You can go online. They have plenty of different versions online. You can also check out the link in my bio because I made one. So my Etsy shop is like $4. It's literally this exact one where you can fill it in. It pre-fills all the information at the top, and you can go ahead and import your photos just to make things easier. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.